What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and today we are looking at the plan for Jan. Note to self, if you say you're going to do something, get it out quickly. Things are moving very quickly in the transfer market. Wilder is not messing about. As soon as this comes out, it's likely to be dated. So you're getting a playlist put all together. You're going to have goalkeepers followed by defenders, midfielders, then forwards. We're just going to do it bang, 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 bang. This is your number one place for all the transfer rumours and gossip on Sheffield United. So let's get into it. What's the plan? What's the plan for Jan? We're looking at goalkeepers. What have we got currently? I think it's widely acknowledged by the fan base that this is an area of weakness for Sheffield United. Whether you're still a Wes fan or not, I don't think anybody would say that we have got a lot of strength in depth in goalkeepers, because we haven't. The positive side to that, if you like, if you're one that's in favour of a clean slate and building again, is that Wes Foderingham, number 2 Adam Davis, are both out of contract at the end of the season. Jordi Amissa, we're not quite sure on his contract situation. So of those 3 goalkeepers, how do we improve? We've got the chance to have a real clear out in the summer, if you like, and let Wes and Davis potentially go. Do we sell one of them or both of them now? I'm offering Wes a new contract, and I'm offering him a deal to see whether he's happy to be our number 2 going forward for this season and beyond. If he's not happy to be number 2, he doesn't get another deal and he gets replaced in the summer. He's staying in the squad until the end of the season, unless we get a nominal offer for him. I'm also going to maybe surprise a couple of you, and I'm going to keep Adam Davis. And that's not because I think Adam Davis is a solid backup or anything like that. What's going to happen is Jordi Amissa is hopefully going to sign a new contract with an option in favour of the club, and he's going to go out on loan to get minutes. And Adam Davis is going to be bumped down to 3rd goalkeeper, and Wes is bumped down to 2nd goalkeeper. Our youth prospect goalkeeper is out there getting game time and experience, hopefully in like League 1, maybe League 2, but at least getting minutes under his belt. And we're going to bring in a new goalkeeper. So we've got one spot to fill. And I see the arguments. I see the back and forth on Twitter. I've had it in the Ramblers chat. I've had it in our DMs. Who do we go for? Do we go for a short-term option like a Kasper Schmeichel for 6 months? Do we go for a Keylor Navas, which we've been linked with as well now, for 6 months, and pour the money into the short-term deal on loan, and then regroup again in the summer and maybe look at a longer-term option then? Or do we buy a longer-term option now? You're talking about your Victor Johanssons at Rotherham, who a lot of people have spoken about. Mike Cooper at Plymouth, who was first mentioned on the Ramble a good 12 months ago, if not longer, but has now become a little bit injury-prone, which sort of makes me a little bit wary. Somebody like Patterson maybe at Sunderland, who will probably come at a premium. So I think your 2 main options are Johansson and Cooper. If you're going to say that Cooper's slightly injury-prone, maybe we do save that for the summer and look at it then. I personally would prefer to go for Victor Johansson now and get him in and have a longer-term solution in terms of bedding him into the squad. So when we know that we've got a big turnover coming in the summer, he's not someone that we have to bed in on top of the rest of those that are coming in. He's not going to be part of the turnover. He'll be part of the squad already, and he'll have been tested in the Premier League for 6 months. That's what I would do, preferably. I don't know about Kasper Schmeichel. I don't know how well he's been playing. I don't know. I'm concerned about the sharp decline of goalkeepers. So, you know, they quickly fall down the league. Is a good example that we're given with Ben Foster. He was playing Premier League football. 2 years later, he couldn't catch a cold for Wrexham after coming out of retirement. And I understand he's had time off and things like that. But where does the drop-off come? Navas and Schmeichel are late 30s. They're not the ones that I'd be going for. Having said that, do not write off some of these short-term deals just as chucking good money after bad. And it's a point that Darren Smith raised, and the Prince raised it in our interview as well. There's a big difference between finishing 20th and 18th. Look, you're still going to get relegated. You're still going down to the Championship. There's about 5 million quid in that. So if we're spending less than 5 million quid on 3 quality loans, and we finish 18th rather than 20th, we've not lost anything, have we? And we're still giving it a go to get out of this. So don't write off loans as just a waste of money if you think they're going to give us a great chance. What I would say is, I know that we've been looking at goalkeepers for some time. Back to when Hecky was in charge, believe it or not. The Man United keeper that they signed from Fenerbahce, Bayindir, We had a loan to buy offer in place for him in the summer until Man United swooped in and got him. And you're always going to pick Man United over Sheffield United, aren't you? Let's be right. But goalkeeper is something that we've had our eye on for some time. I'll be amazed, particularly with Wes's current form, if we're not in for one now. And you've seen the links. It's heavily rumoured that we're bringing Schmeichel in. I would be surprised. I'd be trying, if we're going to push the boat out, I think you can get the best of both worlds here. Because, yes, I'd like Johansson for the long term. And I think it's really important you keep an eye on where we could potentially be next season and what sort of squad we need for that mission. You all know where I'm going with that. But why can't we say to Rotherham, look, you're fighting with everything you can to stay up. Here is £5 million now for Victor Johansson, and we'll loan him straight back to you. Now, bear with me. Bear with me. There's method to my madness. So we make that investment before all the vultures are circling. We go early. We make our offer. We say to Rotherham, here's £5 million, and you get him on loan for the rest of the season. They'll snap our hands off for that. I'm pretty sure of it, because they retain that quality goalkeeper. They also have £5 million in January to try and rebuild their squad. We can also try and get somebody like a Sam Johnston in, who's a number 2 at Crystal Palace sitting on bench. If we're going to look at quality goalkeepers, and you're talking about they've got to be levels up from Wes, which is understandable. They've got to be better than a Johansson or a Cooper that we're talking about spending money on a permanent deal because they're not proven in the Prem. Well, what about somebody like Sam Johnston? I'm not saying it has to be Sam Johnston, but we have proven that we are willing to push the boat out. It looks like we're going to get Brembert and Diaz. People wouldn't have connected him to Sheffield United. We are going for it in terms of a survival bid. I keep saying it, and it seems more and more believable the more each ticking day goes by in the January transfer window. The manager and the owner believe we can stay up this season. And it's great to see that we're just trying. We're just giving it a go. Set your sights on someone like Sam Johnston or Kakia, the foreign keeper that we were after last time we were in the Premier League, and we eventually opted for Ramsdale. But just set your sights that little bit higher, even if it has to be a short-term deal, and pay the Johansson fee now while we've got a bit of Premier League money, or we're dipping into next season's, whatever we might be, and try and get him early. And that is how we're starting off on our plan for Jan. So we've got Jordi Amissa signing a new 18-month contract with a year's option for Sheffield United. He's going out on loan. We've offered Wes Foderingham a new deal if he wants to stay as a number 2. He may sign it, he may not. Whether he signs it or not, he's staying as number 2 for this season. Then we've got Adam Davis out of contract at the end of the season. He's going to be our 3rd goalkeeper and stay in the squad and not play, essentially, a bit like Jordi Amissa isn't now. We're then going to be bidding for Victor Johansson at Rotherham and sending him back on loan to Rotherham, as daft as that may sound. But we're doing that because we're going to be bringing in a Sam Johnston or a Kakia. And we are going to give this a real good go. So join me next time as we talk about the defenders and what we can do with our current defence, where we need to strengthen, where's the money going to go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you to everybody that's helping this channel grow. We are on a real upswing again at the minute. I appreciate it's the momentum from the Prince interview, and it's very, very much appreciated. We've had increased subscribers, we've had increased ramblers, we've had increased Patreon members. So thank you to everyone that's making this channel what it is. We're in talks with some big sponsors as well. It's very exciting times for the channel, and you are all a part of that. So thank you. And join us for our next one where we're talking about the defense. So come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blades. Ramble on.